Dear friends, welcome to another episode today. In this video, we'll explore how Israel and the United States tracked Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and several other top-ranking members of the regime, who were eliminated almost simultaneously within the very first hour of the conflict. Absolute Propaganda is an agency with 28 years of experience, operating widely in Brazil and abroad, specializing in website creation, striking logos, Google positioning, campaigns and social media, Google Ads, and everything you need for your YouTube channel. Websites that spark engagement and desire. If your business wants a website that truly delivers results or wants a strong presence on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, contact us and request your quote today. Absolute Propaganda will surprise you. All links, and on February 28th, Ayatollah Khamenei, supreme leader of Iran for 36 years, was taken out in an Israeli airstrike targeting his residential complex in central Tehran. Alongside him, over 40 high-level officials of the regime were eliminated in the first hours of the conflict, including the commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and the defense minister. The burning question everyone is asking now is, how? To understand the operation that killed Khamenei, we need to go back more than 2 decades. In 2001, then-Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon gave a direct order to the new head of Mossad, Meir Dagan. The message was clear and concise. Our target is Iran. From that moment, Iran became Israel's top priority in intelligence operations. Over the years, Mossad and Unit 8200, Israel's Signals Intelligence Division, invested heavily in infiltrating Iran's communication networks and digital infrastructure. Way over more than 20 years, Israel accomplished what seemed impossible, eliminating Iranian nuclear scientists in the heart of Tehran, taking out Hamas's political leader within Iranian territory in 2024, and sabotaging thousands of Hezbollah pagers and radios. These operations were executed in El. Now let's get to the heart of the operation. According to a detailed investigation by the Financial Times published on March 3, Israeli intelligence had hacked nearly all traffic cameras in Tehran years before the strike. Footage from these cameras was encrypted and transmitted live in real time to servers in Tel Aviv and southern Israel. One camera in particular, located near Pasteur Street where Khamenei's complex was situated, had a strategically privileged angle, showing precisely where the Supreme Leader's security team parked their personal VH. Here's the brilliant aspect of the operation. The Israelis weren't just watching live images, they were constructing detailed profiles of each bodyguard. Using sophisticated algorithms, Israeli military intelligence compiled information on every security member, in an analysis known as pattern of life. The idea is to understand a target's routine so thoroughly that any minimal variation, like a different vehicle or a misplaced guard, is immediately noticeable. As one Israeli intelligence official said, "We know Tehran as we know Jerusalem, and when you know a place as well as the street you grew up on, you not." Traffic cameras were only one of hundreds of data sources feeding what Israeli sources described as an AI-driven, mobile target production engine. This system combines multiple layers of intelligence simultaneously, including communication intercepts, cellular network monitoring, and electronic data analysis. Mossad contributed human sources infiltrated inside the regime, while spies and military intelligence processed everything through large-scale data analytics. Inputs were raw: satellite imagery, messages, videos, audio, intercepted communications, human intelligence, CA for Israel. The system had already been proven. At the start of the 12-day war between Israel and Iran in June 2025, this same capability was used in the opening strike, eliminating the highest-ranking Iranian military officer, the head of the Revolutionary Guard, and a close advisor to Khamenei. But technology alone was not enough. For an operation of this scale, Israeli military doctrine requires 2 senior officers, acting independently, to confirm the target's location before authorizing the strike. This is where the CIA played a crucial role, tracking Khamenei's movements for months and gaining increasing confidence in his locations and travel patterns. By the June 2025 war, they had learned extensively how the Supreme Leader and the Revolutionary Guard communicated and moved under pressure. Knowledge used to refine the ability to track and predict Khamenei's movements. Then came the final piece of the puzzle. A human source inside Iran provided the most critical confirmation of all, that Khamenei would be at his central Tehran complex on Saturday morning, and that senior Iranian civilian and military leaders would be gathered there simultaneously. The original plan by the United States and Israel was to launch the war on Friday night, striking Tehran under cover of darkness. But when this intelligence arrived, the decision was made to delay the attack to Saturday morning, opening the conflict with a bold daylight decapitate. Before the assault, one last crucial step: isolating the area's communications to ensure Khamenei's security team received no warnings. Israel disabled components of around a dozen cell towers near Pasteur Street. As a result, any calls from security personnel went straight to busy signals, cutting off all alerts. At the same time, U.S. cyber operations knocked out Iranian military radars and communication systems. Aircraft and naval forces had already been airborne for hours when final confirmation came. Khamenei and the leaders were inside the complex. Israeli jets fired up to 30 precision munitions at the complex, including Blue Sparrow missiles launched from beyond the reach of Iran's air defenses, with a range exceeding 1,000 km. Attacking in daylight was deliberate. Israeli officials believed Khamenei felt less vulnerable during daylight hours. Unlike night attacks, which were expected, this caused tactical surprise, despite Iran's high state of alert. An ironic detail stands out: the very traffic cameras the Iranian regime used to monitor its population, identify protesters, and crush dissent were turned against the country's own leadership, transforming the authoritarian surveillance apparatus into its own trap. The elimination of Khamenei and other top officials in the first hours of the war was not luck. It was the result of over 20 years of patient investment in intelligence capabilities, the fruit of a synergy between advanced technology and classic human espionage. What we saw on February 28 represents a paradigm shift in modern warfare. Persistent cyber espionage, AI-driven large-scale data analysis, electronic warfare to isolate the target, and human sources for final confirmation. Each element alone would have been insufficient, but together they achieved what an Israeli officer called total transparency over an enemy nation's capital. And perhaps the most unsettling lesson for authoritarian leaders worldwide: the very cameras you use to monitor your people may, at this very moment, be. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. And if you haven't,